Hello, we should be live. This is Tara Smith's Kitchen. I am Tara Smith. If I don't sound too chipper today, even though it is my birthday, I'm having a lot of breathing problems, so I'm a little out of breath. Thank you, COVID, for giving me COPD and asthma as if I needed anything else. The human body just kind of starts breaking down in your 40s. I think the warranty runs out. But anyways, we are going to make garlic mashed potatoes and I am going to make a steak or cook a steak. Maybe two. I might cook a little small thing for my wife. Diva Michelle McIntosh, happy birthday, feel better soon. You are awesome. Thank you. Tired. It's kind of up a little bit late last night too. So if anyone watches my other channel, which is Chasing Ghost, it's Chasing Ghost on Rumble and on YouTube, Chasing Ghost 4499, which is just a random number YouTube came up with. I was going through guitars and that sort of thing last night and fixed one of my son's guitars. For the most part, I gotta get a part for it. Other than that, we're pretty good. Yeah, my schedule's crazy. I have doctor's appointments tomorrow, and I have all sorts of stuff. Work local Tuesday, and I believe I go out of town on Wednesday, which means I'm probably delivering Friday in Michigan. What I'm going to start with here is gold potatoes. That's these things right here. You don't have to peel them. You can actually peel them once you cook them, and it's kind of easy. You can leave the peel on if you like the peel. But today, I don't feel like burning my fingers and taking the peel off of them after they're cut. So I'm probably going to put like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these little potatoes. And you ain't got to get them perfectly clean either. I mean, you don't even have to peel them. You just mash them. I'm going to put these in that hot water back there. We're going to boil them. And we are going to make garlic mashed potatoes. And once I get these going, then we are going to work on the steak. And that is my birthday dinner. And that is what it is. You take care too, Diva Michelle McIntosh. She's got a pretty cool channel, and if you haven't seen it, you can see her channel name there pop up in the comments. Go check it out. She's pretty cool. I hardly catch anyone live. I'm always watching the repeat while I'm driving. It gives me something to listen to. Because they're either going live about the time that I'm going live or I need to go to bed. And that's just the way it works. But if you are going to make mashed potatoes, especially garlic mashed potatoes, the superior potato for that dish is a gold potato. So I would suggest using gold potatoes. If you can find bigger ones, even better. There's not any bigger ones right now. So I have these little ones. These little ones are also good for soups. Generally, either red or gold potatoes, or even white potatoes, depending on what kind of soup you're making, are better for soups. Russets tend to come apart on you, so I would stay away from russets. Krabby Turtle, awesome. You dropped me a link on Rumble. Let me check this out. Oh, cool. I don't know if I can click that on my phone, but I will check it out. Not feeling entirely great today. Showing my age, I guess. I don't know. I remember my grandmother at my age and my grandfather, both of my grandparents. And I guess you can't help but do that mental math of knowing how long they made it. And it's like, how much time do I have left? You know? I don't want to take too long peeling these potatoes. You don't want to overcook them. You also don't want to over mash them. It does something to the starches. I mean, I know a lot of people, they'll take like a beater in there and they'll just make a creamy froth. You kind of just want to mash them a little bit. Because you want that starch. These ain't going to be perfect. Like I said, you don't have to peel them at all. I just felt like peeling them. I need a new potato peeler. Went to Guitar Center yesterday. That place sucks. It only gets worse as far as pains and aches. Yeah, no. I think the warranty expires about 45. It's all downhill from there. I'm 46. Yeah. Trying not to drop my food. I nearly dropped it. I don't want to do that. Do you want to cut that piece out of this potato? There we go. I think if these were bigger, I would just boil them and pop the skin off. But when they're small like this, it's like I burn my hands every time I do that. Amy said we had sour cream, so I'm going to trust her. And we're going to need butter. Then chop up an onion. Mainly because I like the flavoring. Woods, how you doing? Thank you, thank you. Oh, Rumble Rants, appreciate it if you want to buy me a beer or something. Where would the world be without potatoes? There's always some starchy kind of food. I was wondering, potatoes, I believe, were brought to like Europe and what have you from the Americas. And before then, their diet had a lot of other stuff. I wonder, because like the simple and the complex sugar kind of things, the food that was introduced, genetically speaking, not that long ago, for most of our ancestors. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with like, diabetes and stuff like that and prevalence. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff like that. Charger, hey, how you doing? Thank you, thank you. The change in, diet, introducing starchier stuff rather than the grains and what have you. Like, how long does it take for the human body to adapt to that? And now we're at this point where everybody just eats like food from around the world, and that wasn't really the case not that long ago. So just kind of a wondering that I have, with the diseases and stuff that face people as we get older, like diabetes being the main one, and high blood pressure and all that. Be honest, salt and sugar tend to take more of us out than anything else does. How many more do I want to put in there? Don't need to put too many more in there. I might put one or two. I can use the rest of these for soups. Should be leaving from Michigan on Wednesday. I'm checking back with the chat. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing so I don't peel my finger. Don't need to do that. I've cut myself enough. Is that enough? No. At least one more in there. Yeah, turtles are pretty crabby. Every time you pick them up, they try to bite you. Like, put me down. They kind of like it when you feed them, though. Kind of cute when you feed them. That ought to be enough. And I'm kind of eyeballing all of this. And that's why I had the extra water. Oh, my head hurts so bad. Talking to the butcher at HEB, and I'm like, I've just got this massive headache, so I'm not talking too loud. That's why I have a massive headache. Maybe vodka will help. I don't know. It's worth a shot. If you're trying not to like drink sugar, like cut back on the Cokes, and you're looking at that flavored water, stuff like that, like Walmart has and HEB and all of them. If you're anywhere where an HEB is, they're like flavored carbonated water. That stuff is much better than Walmart's. I like tequila too. I like good tequila, but it makes me hot. Like physically, it makes me hot. And I do have some salt in that water. And one thing potatoes will do in any dish is it's going to soak up the salt. So you end up putting more salt in it, and your dish has more salt than you think it has in it, because the potatoes will soak up all of that salt. Okay, potatoes. Tomatoes. What onion do I want to use? I'll use this one. I want to use my fresh garlic. I should have some older garlic. It's not old garlic, don't get me wrong. It's just, might want to use it before I start breaking up another one. You'll see why in just a second. I'm going to take probably about 4 or 5 cloves. And I'm going to smash them. And we are going to boil milk. You don't need a whole lot of milk. You need just enough milk for your potatoes. And we are going to boil the garlic in the milk. So right now I am peeling the garlic. I think 4 will be enough. I sound tired, I am. Cool. I had milk. I don't know what she did with it. two people putting things up after grocery shopping. It always works out great. And I get the Bootopia HEB. That should be enough. And we are going to heat it up. I got the butter while I'm at it. Sort of smashed and chopped. There we go. You don't want to burn your milk. Pause out there. Any more comments? Can y'all hear me okay? Dennis, what are you doing? Get out of that. Go get Quackers. Go get Quackers. You heard me. Quackers is his duck. It's not a duck now. It's Freddy the Pheasant because they didn't have Quackers at the store. And he rips it limb from limb, and he chews the quacker out, the squeaker thing. And he's so proud of himself, and he's so happy. And then the next week, I bring him another one. So we call it Quackers, the zombie duck. And he looks at it like, I've already killed you. You're back for more. So it's like an ongoing saga between him and this toy duck that every damn store usually has, but they didn't have this time. So I got him the pheasant. I don't know where a spoon is. I'm tired. I'm just going to use an ice cream scoop. That'll work. Please tell me there's a plate. One day, I promise you, I will be more prepared. But today is not that day. Now for the onion. You don't have to cut it up so small. It's more seasoning than anything else. And I happen to like cooked onion. Garlic ain't gonna hurt. Down. Okay, you can smell the garlic in it. Jason LG, thank you. Welcome to the chat. I'm live. Will you shut the fuck up? Sorry about that. Okay, where'd the pepper go? I know where the salt is. Here is the salt. And I need pepper. I know we have them. And here is the pepper. And that is a ribeye. Not too much fat, a lot of good marbling on it. Marbling, whatever you want to call it. I'm from the South. We sort of skip letters and vowels and consonants and all kinds of stuff. And if we ask for a Coke, then you might want to ask what kind. So we might want a Pepsi. I'll work that in a little bit. Not nearly enough pepper. Oh, there's plenty of pepper. There is plenty of pepper. That is a ribeye from HEB. I'm sorry. Not in a good mood. I appreciate getting yelled at. Not even close. God, I need to turn that up. There we go. I need a new fork. Hopefully I don't screw all this up. Never enough pepper. Yeah, that could be a channel name. If I use more of it. Never enough garlic is probably more fit. I don't use that much garlic, I just use garlic, you know? I know some people that overuse it and that can ruin food too. I think overuse of anything can. It's like that happy point where everything is kind of as it should be. That's with anything though. That can be with Chrome, any of it. And thank you for all the comments, Mojo, over there. Or NKJO, which is Krabby Turtle, over on Rumble. You're awesome. I appreciate it. My head hurts so bad. It's like I need a drill to like drill a hole through my freaking head. That or someone to punch me really hard, like right about eye level. It might help. I don't know. I'm willing to try though. Anything's worth a shot. I think the potatoes are gonna take too long. So I didn't have them turned up. Should have, but I didn't. Story of my life. I can't breathe. Yeah, it's not sinuses that kind of like that. It's more like I can't breathe, and there's like this jaw pressure and head, like brain, not sinuses kind of thing. And I'm kind of weak, which is the other thing. And I got two happy birthdays from family today. And they were from both of our boys. And that's it. That is quite literally it. No one else. No sisters, no mothers. Not even my wife. This stupid freaking day. But it's a day. He is Heimer. Happy birthday, Tara. Thank you, Eduardo. I appreciate it. Boiling potatoes right there. I'm hoping on as I'll have the steak done. The steak will be on the plate. I'll be able to put my skillet up. And then I'll be able to move the other pot and do my thing. But I don't think I timed it right. I don't even know if I can eat this, but I'm going to try it. It's a steak. I'm going to give it a try. Oh, good Lord. I think what happens is you progressively feel worse as you get older. And by the time we're like of an age where you could actually die of old age, you're not even complaining. You're like ready. It's like, do you really want to live to be 120? I mean, if you could be healthy and feel good, my great great grandmother was 107. And if you could be in good health and have energy and still have a life, okay, cool. But if you're like one of them people in the old folks' home that look at you like they're already dead, I don't know if I want to be that. Yeah, I've been popping my neck. I've got a lot of pressure in my neck, in my throat, in my ears. And my back hurts, and my feet hurt, and my everything hurts. Not that anyone gives a shit. It's just life, you know? And there we go. That is my steak. And if you can possibly avoid doing it, do not cut into your steak just yet. Because for about the next, I'd say 3 to 5 minutes, your steak is technically still cooking. The thing is still hot on the inside. And it is still cooking. Whether you want it medium or medium rare or however, God forbid you want to burn your steak well done. If you can manage to swallow that atrocity, still don't cut into it just yet. Yes, I'm putting all the onion on the steak that I can fit on it. Because there's going to be like mashed potatoes on the other side of this little tiny plate thing. Okay. There was a cloth thingy, fucker, whatever it is. There it is. And it goes on my hand, and I can grab the pan. Well, getting ahead of myself. Got some dog food over there. Dogs are not technically supposed to have onions or garlic. It is not good for their digestion. They can eat most human foods they have for a very long time. But try not to give them garlic and onions. It can cause some major issues. I'm sorry for the scraping. Hopefully that's not bothering you too bad. pour that over the dog's food. And you rinse your pan out while it is still hot enough that it is going to dry and it is not going to rust. And then in my case, because I have a tiny, tiny kitchen, it goes in the stove. I'll put her steak back in the fridge. Fuck her. Let me see. Never cooked on cast iron. Well, cast iron's awesome. Thank you, Wild Thing, for the happy birthday. You are awesome. I tell everyone they're awesome because they are. People are awesome. That's pretty close. Won't be too much longer, probably about 5 more minutes. And I'll drain the potatoes and we'll start mashing them. It's cast iron. I always cook on cast iron. I got a cast iron Dutch oven too. Let's see if the sour cream's in here. She promised me it was. That don't mean shit. Oh, good Lord. Yes, sir, sour cream. And I'm not chopping up chives today because I just don't feel like it. You can use fresh ones. I'm going to use these. Vanessa Key, thank you. Thank you, Dekoyu. Oh, let's see. I need a break. Yeah, it's a staple in most homes, especially in the South. You gotta know how to take care of it. You cannot put cast iron in the dishwasher or leave it in the sink or anything like that because it'll rust. That's the thing. You season it, and once you get it seasoned, you basically just kind of boil it out real quick, wipe it down so it would have you, but it's seasoned, you know, and you leave it like that. You never scrub it down. You don't let it get like that. Oh, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about like pipe. Like you got like your galvanized pipe, and you got like the black iron pipe, and then you got conduit and stuff like that. No, it's a different kind of iron. Olive oil works good, especially to season a new one. You know, I'll use like an onion and some olive oil. It's like I scrub it down real good with an onion and a half an onion sort of thing. And usually when I have to clean it like that, I don't know why, I just use an onion. It works pretty good. And then you wipe it down real good with olive oil and turn your oven on and you put it in the oven. And you season it that way. It works pretty good. Oh, come on, potatoes. You can cook. You can do it. She's blowing on her flute. I'd honestly love for her to actually practice that flute. She played in high school, like in band and stuff. But I mean, like I said last night, yeah, we could do like some Jethro Tull, stuff like that. There's music you could play with flute in it. And that would be awesome. She tries to learn guitar, but she can't get past her fingers hurting. She already kind of plays the flute, so that would be awesome if she could do it. Not quiet. It's getting there. It is getting there. He used a gas grill outside. Yeah. Veggie oil, bacon, all kinds of stuff works. The main thing is to have oil. You got lard, that works really good too. Yes, rapeseed oil, all that stuff. It's weird to get grapeseed oil. You look, it says contains rapeseed oil. It's like, what is that? It's an actual oil. I didn't time this right. You waiting for a piece of steak over there? He don't feel good either. He got his flea meds today. Down with the fleas, huh? I never seen a good flea. No. He never feels good for like the first day. The fleas are horrible around here. You gotta give them the flea meds. Warm this thing back up. Just a little. I got a strainer over there. Move that back a little. I'm happy that burner's even working. It wasn't working for a while. Now the flame doesn't look too well, but it's on. So it'll kind of work. And that'll work for me. I'm gonna go about 3-4 more minutes on these potatoes and they should be ready. Should be. I'm not promising. Yeah, the seed oils are not great for you. But they do have a high smoke point, which is why a lot of people will use them. Olive oil is awesome, but it doesn't have a high smoke point. Have you seen with my cooking? I tend to use olive oil, butter, and I use actual butter. I don't use margarine. And I'll use like bacon grease. Yeah, peanut oil is good. especially if you're frying chicken or a turkey. Peanut oil is awesome. I have some peanut oil. I have a gallon of just vegetable oil from one of my shippers. He just gave me a gallon free that they were making. I tend to stick to like, just bacon grease and butter and olive oil. And, for most things, that tends to cover everything that I'm doing. And they're all pretty natural. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. You should do a video on that, Vanessa. Haven't made butter in a long time. I've made cheese, but it's usually like farmer's cheese, something like that. Which most cultures have something similar to like farmer's cheese or ricotta cheese, or Hispanics have a cheese that's similar to that. You're just separating the curd from the whey from the milk, putting a little lemon in there and doing your thing. It's kind of a very simple thing. I think it's ready. And as always, watch the steam. Because steam will burn you. There we go. I don't want to open that new butter. Yes, I'm using the fancy butter. Like I said earlier, you don't want to over mash them. And there's our garlic milk. A phrase you've probably never heard before. Garlic milk. How am I going to do this? Someone needs to do the dishes. I'm just not that someone today. Some sour cream in there. With my Oriental spoon. Amy did buy those for me. I was talking for a long time about how I wanted them, so she got me a set. So I guess I can't be too hard on her. Some chives in here. Like I said, I'm not chopping chives. I'm just using dried ones. I would just dash it on top. I'm going to eat this for lunch tomorrow. So I'm mixing it in. A little bit too much milk. But it will work. As in, I heated up a little bit too much milk. Let's really make a mess. Dog will like that. I was going to make a cake, but I ran out of time. And I look at the ones that the store had, and they just did not look worth a damn. So we have steak and garlic mashed potatoes. Like I said, some people like to whip it up where it's just like this just total creamy thing with the potatoes. But you're breaking down the starches too much when you do that. Try not to whip them too much. And you will get a lot better flavor and texture. And there is my steak. It's not overdone. And it's still warm, so it didn't take too long. It's not cold. Thank you, Andrew Heckler. I appreciate it. And Vanessa Kitty, yes, hand mash. I don't put the mixer and stuff out there. This is how I like it. Just like that. If you're making a big dish for like potluck or the family, You got your bowl, and then put your chives on top of it, kind of like a garnish, sprinkling it. And that works pretty good. And yes, I like cooked onions. I'm the one that's eating all the cooked onions out of the cast iron thing the fajitas come in. And of course, you see, it's 1, it's 2, and that will work. There you go. You are a good boy with your flea meds. And there are kitties. This one's for Chloe. There you go. And there's Lola. So I do not forget about them. Yes, they make a good burger topping. I wouldn't dice them up quite so small. I probably shouldn't have this time either. I was looking at the ribeyes. They weren't bad. They all look good. It's just they had a little bit too much of the solid fat on them. And he cut some more, which he's an awesome guy that works a butcher thing over there. But it's all off the same cow. So it's all got the same look. And there was one in there that had good, marbling in the meat and not quite so much of the bigger fat stuff on it. And that's the one that I got. He does watch my channel, so he's an awesome guy. He goes above and beyond. Can't really ask for anything more. If you want it thinner, he'll cut it thinner. If you want it thick, he'll cut it thick. However you want your steak, he will do that. I need to find the thing on Google and give him a good comment on there. Your cat turns 26. Oh my God. That's an old cat. It's awesome though. Dennis is about 13. The cats are both about 9, 10 years old. Well, one of them is about 9 or 10. The other one's probably about 7 or 8. Oh, poor baby. And for the garlic mashed potatoes, put the garlic in the milk, heat it up, boil it like I just did, and then you get garlic flavored milk. And you can use the garlic in the jar if you want. I just don't like that. I smash up my own garlic. And that does really good for making garlic mashed potatoes. Or anything garlic that you got to put milk in. Might as well just put it in the milk. And then it gets in everything really good. Sort of an even distribution. We had an old cat. I don't know how old he was because he was old when we got him. And this is when I was little. His name was Mittens. He was a black cat, a big black cat, one of those that almost looked like a panther, but his paws were like mittens and he had long fur. So we called him Mittens. He was kind of in the same shape without, his teeth and stuff like that. Only a few left. And my dad was talking about him. My stepfather was talking bad about him and said that he couldn't catch mice anymore. He was useless and all this good stuff. And of course, we had cats. We had 47 cats because, in the barns and all that, most of them were outside cats. That cat went and caught a mouse, a big mouse. That thing was a rat. And brought it up in bed in between my mom and my stepfather and just laid it there by their heads that night. So I guess the cat understood what they were saying. Think he can't catch mice? He went and caught one and showed it to him. Yeah. It sounds worse than it is, the 47 cats, but we lived in the middle of a hayfield. You had to have cats. And at that time, there were 3 barns by the house. One was an old slaughterhouse. One was used to be chicken coops. I used them for chicken coops for a while. And the other one was barn for tractors and all that kind of stuff. And we're just surrounded by hayfield and pasture. So you had to have cats. You're backed up to a hayfield like that, you're going to have rodents no matter what you do. It's kind of like where I live now. The people, every once in a while, you'll have someone get on that stupid neighborhood app thing. I think that's just for Karens. It's what they ought to call it. Instead of the neighborhood app, they should call it Karens Only or something, or Only Karens, something like that. But it's like, oh, I heard a gunshot. Well, you live in the country. Shut up. But they'll complain about the neighborhood cats because we have strays and stuff. We have people that do the catch and release and all that. And we're all like, look, lady, you live in the middle of a swamp. You may not realize it because they drained the land for the neighborhood. And they kind of built it up a little and they put houses and stuff here. If you walk out in all them woods and everything around here, this is all swamp. That is a bayou. There's gators in the bayou less than a mile from your house. We got I don't know if he's 14 or 16 footer. He's been there for years. Kids go swimming out there. And we got this big old gator. He goes, he's down there in the bayou. It's like if we did not have those cats roaming the neighborhood, you would be overrun with rodents. Because we also have raccoons and rats and all that kind of stuff. And hogs and all kinds of stuff out here. I have one lady like a half a mile from me. I'm like, you need to be closer because you're across the freeway. She took a picture and she posted on that app one day. She had 17 wild hogs in her front yard just tearing up her lawn. I'm like, I've got an AR-10 that will definitely take care of that problem for you. We can all have a barbecue. But they weren't close enough for me to do that, and I didn't really know them. Although if they come this way, none of my neighbors are going to complain if I start shooting them. They're just going to get their smokers and their barbecue pits ready because everyone's going to have a bunch of hog meat. Yeah, I'm in Southeast Texas. I'm out between Houston and Beaumont. There was a home health care nurse a few years ago got ate by wild hogs. She got caught between her car and the house. They found what was left of her. So I consider it a public service to take out wild hogs. I ought to do that for one of my videos one day. Show the whole process. People get in trouble for that though, like that cook that showed the whole thing, like with the chicken. It's like, how do you think it got to your plate? Five hours from Beaumont. That's like the Mississippi line. Either that or you're up there in like northeast Louisiana or something. Or you could be in Texas, going the other way. That'd be like the other side of San Antonio or Austin or up by Dallas. Speaking of Beaumont, one beer I will not drink ever is Pearl in a can. It's one of them things when you're young, and it's like, okay, it's cheap beer, and everybody gets drunk on it. It's like, never again. It's like green beer on St. Patrick's Day. Oh, okay, you're over there by like Slidell, that area. I got you. Usually don't get that far out in that direction. Sometimes. Usually when I'm going that way though, I'm going to like either Mobile or I'm going up like 55. I'm going somewhere. I heard you playing your flute. Sounding good. I was telling them you need to practice your flute so we can play together. You got your hair all in rollers. All you need is like the nightgown, like the mama's family kind of house dress sort of thing. And get them curlers in your hair.
I can go like this. She does.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Padre Island, Corpus Christi, that is where you want to go if you want to go beach. Galveston's getting better. They've been cleaning it up. I'd rather go to Kemah than Galveston. I like Galveston. It's not the best water to swim in. I've heard that it's better now. And if you're on the West Coast and you've been out there like north of LA, you know, like going to San Francisco, and you've been in that water that's cold and clear and you can see your feet and everybody's dressed up like they're going deep sea diving or something. You know, they got like full swimsuit things on.
That was not the right sour cream to use. There was a squeezable thing of sour cream in there.
Well, it was sour cream, and I used it. Everyone's a critic. But anyways, that water is so cold and clear. You won't want to swim in any of our water. Pensacola is good too. Yeah, Florida. That kind of corner of the Gulf isn't so bad. This corner of the Gulf is kind of a combination of they're always dredging.
You know where the baggies are?
No, I don't, and it's why. But that corner of the Gulf is better. That, and of course, they have tourism for their beaches and everything, so they take care of them better. Over here, if you get like 12 miles out, the water's beautiful. But they're constantly dredging for not only the port, which, you know, the ship channel in Houston is one of the largest ports in the world. You know, they're dredging for that, and they're dredging for like sand and stuff for concrete and that sort of thing. And Cat, you are crazy. That dog's fixing to go. No. Did she get up there?
Yeah, she's up there. I'm trying to find mine.
You're in a bad spot. She's getting her grapes ready for lunch, I think. It's got grapes and stuff. Yeah, that's not very far of a distance between Louisiana and Florida, or even Texas and Florida. Like if I had the time, I could go to Shade Trees, camp out, and I could probably drive straight there. You know, it's in a day's drive in a truck, I can get to Florida from here. If I'm on a bike, I can definitely go further. You're crossing the small parts of the states down there at the bottom. Because the panhandle of Florida cuts across the bottom, and you got that little like panhandle thing at the bottom of Alabama. That's like what, an hour to cross it or something. And then you got kind of the same thing with Mississippi right there, because you have that little like panhandle thing from Louisiana sticking out there too. So that border from Louisiana to Florida is not that far. You're like, what, 3 hours from Pensacola, 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. It's not that far. Texas, though, you leave Houston in a truck, you can't legally make El Paso. You can make it, you can't legally do it. You get out there by the 10-20 split. I used to live south of Conroe. Saying you've been to Orange and to Conroe. Been to Orange. I've been to Far. I have been to Anthony, Texas, which is as far as you can go west.
I can't find my they're in that drawer over there.
Sorry about that. I always talk about the tunnel, like going through Mobile. You can go around, which most of the time I have to go around because I have hazmat. But there's a tunnel over there. It's all kind of the same though. Gulf Coast, all through there. It's kind of the same. It looks the same here as it does in Alabama, as it does in Louisiana. I don't remember the name of the tunnel. I know there's a tunnel there. Because that's why they make me go around. Let's look up tunnel, Mobile, Alabama. And somebody by the name of Sam Zadek said hello over on Rumble. Sorry, I have to check back with Rumble because it doesn't come up on StreamYard. So I have it on my phone. And if any of y'all are still out there, there is American Gorilla said happy birthday. So thank you so much. Charger is over there. Thank you. It's easy to forget to check the comments over there. But I do check the comments. If I haven't checked them in a while, y'all can remind me. I wish there was a way to fix that on StreamYard. So I can get comments from Twitch. And if you're out there watching on Twitch, thank you so much. I do have a couple of people that watch on Twitch. And the comments from YouTube show up on there, but the comments from Rumble don't. But anyways, I'm going to bring this chat to a close. I don't feel good. I don't know if I can eat anymore. I'm probably going to package this up for lunch tomorrow. Let me put a comment over here on Rumble. There we go. And I'll put the comment over here as well. And thank you, Andrew Heckler. Thank you, Charger. Thank you, Vanessa, Eduardo, and everyone else. Krabby Turtle. All of you for watching. And I'm very tired and I don't feel good. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to go to bed. So thank you so much for watching, and I will catch y'all possibly not next weekend because I think I won't be getting back until maybe Sunday, so it might be Monday before I'm cooking something again. So I will see y'all later. Bye.